All right, so today we're doing the YASIEL Puig Atlanta Braves rebuild because as I'm recording this, it literally was just announced that YASIEL Puig has signed with the Braves. It looks to be the Nick Markakis replacement after he opted out for, obviously the whole health issues, coronavirus and things like that. So Nick Markakis is out for the season. YASIEL Puig has come in. I don't know the full details on the deal or anything like that, but it's looking like it is Puig's time in Atlanta, which honestly I didn't think he was going to sign with the team. So let me know in the comment section down below. Are you a Braves fan? Are you happy with this signing? If you're a fan of a team in the NL East, are you happy with the signing? Let me know your thoughts on the signing in general down in the comment section below. If you do enjoy these videos and you want to see some more rebuilds like them, make sure you hit that like button down below. And of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join the community that we have going on here. That's about it, guys. Let's hop into it. It's going to be a normal rebuild, 3 years, you know the deal. And let's just see what we could do with this team. Obviously universal DH is going to be on, like that's just like the whole new rule that we've kind of changed it up for these rebuilds, since that's the rule that's happening this year. And let's go take a look at this Braves team. So when you look at the squad, starting pitching is actually in a decent spot. You've got Soroka, Fultonavich, Max Fried. Felix Hernandez actually opted out this year from what I remember. I need to double check that one. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to send him to AA. Hopefully no one picks him off waivers. And then next season we'll bring him back and see if we can get him at least a year in the squad. We've got Newcomb, you've got Cole Hamels. So like pitching, not a big concern with this team. The bullpen, not terrible. Darren O'Day's kind of on the older end. Same with Chris Martin. But you got Shane Green, Luke Jackson, Mark Melancon, another aging pitcher. So bullpen's kind of an area that I want to spend a little bit of money, get a little bit younger, and try to improve this team. Will Smith, new addition at closer, and then AJ Minter. The two catchers of Tyler Flowers and Travis d'Arnaud, just kind of First base, we've got Freddie Freeman. Second base, we've got Eugenio Albies. Shortstop, I'm not 100% sold on him, but we'll see how Austin Riley does. At shortstop, we have Dansby Swanson, and Denny Echeverria, and of course Ozuna, Duvall, Acuna, and Ciarte, and then Puig in right field. I sent down Markakis because obviously he opted out this year. So this is kind of what our team is going to look like. So this is what our pitching staff is going to look like. Not having King Felix is kind of a big issue, especially since he's opted out, because now we have to move Newcomb from the long relief spot to a starter spot. And of course now we have Kyle Wright as our long reliever. When you look at the other options that we have, it's all about mid 60s overall. We could go out and sign someone, we could go out and try to trade someone, but we'll kind of see how the season goes. Shane Green, Jackson, Martin, Melancon, O'Day, and Will Smith. And then when you look at the lineup, there's a big offense on this team. Like there's just a big this is kind of where the team really shines, I would say. Acuna, last time I did a Braves rebuild, a lot of you guys in the comment section said Acuna is a leadoff hitter. So that's what we're going to do. We've got Albies, Freeman, Ozuna, Puig, and Ciarte, Flowers, Swanson, and Austin Riley. Our bench looks like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simulate the first season. I just want to see how it plays out, and then we'll go from there. That way season 2 and season 3 we can start making the really big changes that we need, and then kind of build around the team that we have. Plus I want to see how Puig does with the current roster. So I feel like that's just kind of a good thing to let the first season go, and then we'll go from there. So currently the Braves are sitting at, I want to say like a 4th spot, 7th place in baseball. I feel like they're one of the top teams in baseball as is. So let's go see how this season plays out. See you at the end of it. All right, so the season didn't go as planned. It actually went pretty poorly, like really poorly. 77 and 85. Who would have thought things would have gone that bad? Definitely not me. So we've got the Braves in last place in the division. Last place. We were 9 games out. It looks like the East was pretty close in general, but that's still just not good enough. You guys see the Dodgers won the West, obviously they always do, and then you've got the Yankees, the Twins, the Astros, and then the Angels and the Rays taking the wild card. So we had a rough season. We do have a couple league leaders though. Acuna and Freddie Freeman definitely decided to kind of carry the team offensively, which is disappointing, but hopefully we can turn things around as we get going through this rebuild. The next 2 seasons are going to be super important for us. So you guys can see Acuna had 10 triples. That's insane. Home runs, Freddie Freeman tied the league leader with 44, and then Acuna was 1 behind him. So, and then Trout popped off for 53. So there's that. And then when we take a look at awards, we have an MVP for Freddie Freeman. Okay. And a couple gold gloves as well. So we've got Freddie Freeman and Mike Trout MVP, Garrett Cole and Jacob deGrom Cy Young. And then when we take a look at the rest of the award winners, I mean, the usual stuff. I'm totally expecting the pitching, and I don't know, it might be a mix of like 50-50 for both who did well and who did poorly. Like, I think we could just kind of have a mix. So it looks like the bullpen didn't save the way I wanted it to, which is disappointing. But so we've got Kyle Wright, obviously, you know, a low 60, mid 60 overall. Him dropping, or like him not doing well, giving us a 6 ERA and a 1.8 whip makes total sense. Shane Green was okay. You know, the whip's good, ERA around 4. I mean, I'm not going to freak out about it. It looked like he threw a lot of innings, more than usual. Luke Jackson struggled. Melanson struggled. Martin struggled. Darren O'Day was really our one consistent arm outside of Will Smith. So it was really just O'Day and Smith that we were able to like rely on in the bullpen. When we take a look at our starters with Soroka, outstanding numbers, really like the looks of those. Cole Hamels struggled, Fried struggled, Fultonavich struggled, and Newcomb struggled. So pitching is a big issue right now. That is not what you want to see. And then you guys can see our bench just a little bit, you know, some okay bats, but we definitely need to improve some of those. Acuna in the leadoff spot, unbelievable season, unreal season there. Even Ozzy was, I mean, actually 30 doubles, 30 home runs almost. You know, yeah, the OPS is a little low, but we can work with that. Freddie Freeman, MVP for a reason. Unbelievable numbers. Ozuna was okay. You know, he does become a free agent after this year, so maybe we can sign him back on a smaller contract. Puig, not the best numbers. You know, you think he would do a little bit better with a lineup like this. Inciarte was pretty disappointing. Tyler Flowers, disappointing. Dansby Swanson, I'm going to give him one more season. See how he does, but he definitely needs to turn things around. Same with Austin Riley. They both need to like just completely flip it if they want to stay with this team. So let's just get into the offseason, see how this plays out. The Dodgers defeat the Rays in the 2020 World Series, and let's figure out what we need to do with this team. All right, so Cole Hamels retired. Now let's figure out these exclusive negotiations. So Ozuna, definitely want to send him some money. Alrighty, I do want to do a club option for Ozuna, so I think that's going to be okay there. Darren O'Day is going to drop off a lot. Can't bring him back. I'm going to do 1 year for Shane Green. Just something like that. You know, $3 million. Not a big deal. That'll work there. And then when we take a look at the rest of our options, I'll bring up Nick Markakis because I feel like he's a little bit better of a hitter than Inciarte. And then I want to give Felix a shot because we do kind of need that fifth man in the bullpen, or not the bullpen, the rotation. So those are our exclusive negotiations. Alrighty, so for arbitration, this is what we're looking like. I mean, I've offered everybody arbitration here. A couple players I didn't were like these three at the bottom. Contracts wise, most likely everybody's going to get a contract the way I'm looking at it. Minter could come up and help us. Austin Riley, I'm going to give him one more season. And then the rest of the guys down there, I'm going to just throw them contracts because we need to fill out the roster. Free agency, not a lot of big names. Mookie Betts and Corey Kluber are kind of the two big ones. And I'm not really looking to spend money in those two places. So it's looking like trades are going to be a thing. I need a new catcher. I need a lot of bullpen help. Bullpen's in a bad spot, especially with free agency. I think the best player is someone that we let go. So let's take a look. Yeah, Darren O'Day or Brad Hand. Those are our two options, really. So we're going to have to make some trades. We're going to have to figure out a way to get this team a little bit better. We can't finish last in the East again. I'll see you guys for season 2. I'm going to start off season 2 with a trade for a good reliever, maybe a new setup guy. Emilio Pagan for Ender Inciarte and Justin Dean. Ender Inciarte just wasn't great that last year. We brought in Nick Markakis. Nick Markakis is back. So there we go. That's going to be the trade. All right, I'm going to trade Adam Duvall, Luke Jackson, and Chris Martin for Emmanuel Clase for a new reliever. Both Martin and Jackson were terrible. They were absolutely terrible last year. So let's make that deal. All right, so this is kind of a big trade. I wanted another reliever, or not a reliever, a starter that gave us at least one more year of control. Sean Manaea gives us that. Like, actually, it gives us this year and next year. Fultonavich becomes a free agent this season. Yeah, so Folty struggled last year. Normally when I do rebuilds, he actually is pretty solid. So this was actually a surprise for me. But then we're going to get rid of Trey Riley and Patrick Weigel to get Sean Manaea. Season 2, this is what we're going to look like. Soroka, Sean Manaea, Desclafani I brought in on a 2-year deal, like the club option. You know, my normal stuff. And then we got Max Fried, and then we're going to give Felix a 1-year shot. In the bullpen, we've got Sean Newcomb, Trevor Hildenberger from the Rule 5 draft, Emmanuel Clase, Green, AJ Minter, Emilio Pagan, and Will Smith. Big steps in the right direction. I really like those moves. Taking a look at the lineup now. This is where I still have kind of like my concerns, my question marks. You know, there's just a couple things I'm worried about with this team. You know, is Ozzie gonna pop off? Is Austin Riley gonna do something? Dansby, Swanson, Puig wasn't too convincing last year. We definitely have some question marks, but Acuna, Freeman, Ozuna, I know they're gonna do well. I just need the rest of the team to do well. So we'll see how this season plays out. If it does poorly, Dansby's out, Austin Riley's out. We're gonna try to find a bona fide star at the catching spot. We're just really gonna have to add some firepower to this lineup. I'm not saying that we don't have it already. We just need to bring it to a new level. So let's see how this plays out. I'll see you guys at the end of the year. At the deadline, Desclafani's just not working out. His ERA's in the 5s. We need to get rid of him. You guys see the 3 options we're getting rid of. For Zach Davies, he's on the trade block. I figured let's just pick him up. He's actually having a really good year. The ERA's under 3. That's the move I'm making. Trade I'm going to do is for David Dahl of the Rockies. Good left fielder. Ozuna is having a worse year than last year. And last year, he didn't even have an 800 OPS. He's sitting at like a 700 right now. His average just isn't what I'm looking for. I'm going to trade Kyle Wright and Rafael Ortega for David Dahl. I know I'm getting rid of a lot of like good potential players, but we're trying to win now. I'm going to get rid of some prospects to try to make sure we at least have a playoff team. Last one. Austin Riley. Let me show you Austin Riley's stats. It is not, it is bad. Woo, it is not looking good. Yeah, the home run numbers are okay, but the rest is just not good enough. Johan Camargo's hitting about the same. So Camargo, Riley, and Bryce Wilson for a big name. Third baseman Rafael Devers. That's not a bad pickup. The reason I made those trades is because we're having a terrible season. 49-62. Like, it's not good enough. We needed to make some changes. The offense is really holding us back. So hopefully with those moves, we can somehow sneak into a wild card spot. I don't think it's possible, but at least we have some building blocks for season 3. I don't understand why this team is doing so bad. Most of these guys are like really good. They're just not doing good enough. Another season, just absolute garbage. It just wasn't good enough. 73-89. That's just not good enough, man. Like, I don't get it. What is going on with this team? Why? Like, we lost to the Yankees 20-3. I don't get it. This team is just perplexing me beyond all belief. We finished 4th, so at least we weren't last. But I mean, come on. What is going on with this rebuild? I feel like the team that we have is insanely good. We're just underperforming, I guess, which is wild. Maybe Puig is just bad luck. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe Puig is just not who you want in your squad. So we have a gold glove. We'll take a look at awards. We didn't have any league leaders, so that was disappointing to say the least. But you guys can see the rest of the yearly awards there. And let's go take a look at our team, because I guess we could take a look at league leaders too. All right, looking at league leaders, you guys see Juan Soto, Xander Bogaerts, Malik Smith, a couple hit leaders. Whit Merrifield on the Cardinals now. Malik Smith popping off. What is this? All right, so there's definitely something wrong with this franchise if Malik Smith is the one that's leading the league in doubles, and there's like a 311 average for him. So something's definitely up, because that doesn't ever happen. So let's go take a look. Sean Newcomb's out after this year. Like, just can't bring him back. He's just not good enough. Hildenberger wasn't good enough. Clase was. So I like to see that. Yeah, the whip's high, but I have faith. Shane Green was good. AJ Minter was not great. Pagan was good. And then Will Smith was good. So, you know what? Half of the bullpen was good. So at least it's better than what none of the bullpen last year. Soroka wasn't as good as he was last year, which maybe we need to find like an ace to kind of complement him. You know, Sean Manaea was decent. Felix not that great, so we definitely need to replace him. Max Fried was okay. And then Zach Davies was pretty good. So really just Felix. That's really the only player I'm looking to replace. The bullpen, maybe trade some of those guys for like other pieces. But pitching wise, I feel like we're in a good spot. I feel like we're definitely in a good spot. This is the area that I worry about the most. Nick Markakis, for some reason, just always hits for a good average. Doesn't matter what happens. And then let's take a look at this. Acuna, again, really good year. Obviously not as good as last year, but still solid. David Dahl is going to be a good like 2-hitter for us. Freddie Freeman took a step back, but that's still not a bad season at all. Rafael Devers put up really good numbers. Ozzy, dude, I just don't get why Ozzy doesn't hit well. I just don't get it. Danny Santana was an okay one-season player, but we're definitely going to need a new DH. Puig, even worse than last year, so that's definitely hurting us. Keeping him in the lineup is not it's not helping us. Dansby Swanson got better, so I'm going to keep him for the last season. Travis d'Arnaud, we need a catcher, and then we're back to the top of the lineup. So like we're making progress. We're just not making progress quick enough, you know. Budget-wise, I'll show you it now. Freddie Freeman becomes a free agent. I definitely want to bring him back. Travis d'Arnaud, no. Sean Manaea is on arbitration, so I'm going to bring him back. Dansby Swanson, I'm going to bring back. So we do have some players to bring back, but I feel like we're going to have enough money to do it. Let's get into the offseason. All right, so the negotiations I'm working with are Freeman, Green, and Davies. The rest of the guys are they're leaving. Sorry, we need better options. Arbitration-wise, everybody got it. You know, I felt like all these guys here were pretty good parts of the team. Hildenberger and Newcomb, not so much, but we'll end up trading them most likely. Contracts, definitely going to give everybody a contract that's mostly just minor leaguers, small contracts. Anyways, let's take a look at what's available in free agency. So sadly, Freddie Freeman didn't take the contract that I offered him. I think it was like 98 million over 5 years, or 97 for 5 years. I really want to bring him back. I feel like that's the move that we need to do. Our outfield is pretty set with Puig, Acuna, and Dahl. You look at our infield, I feel like that's fine if we can get Freeman back too. Catcher is an area I'm looking at, but again, not too many good catching options. So it's looking like I'm just going to focus on a couple pitching upgrades, and then we'll make the trades that we need to get the better players once the third season starts. Because again, free agency, there are some good players. They're just not players that we need. I'll see you guys for season 3. Season 3 is going to start with the trade Edgar Santana for Trevor Hildenberger. And I got one more trade for a bullpen arm, and I think that might be it because the offensive lineup is looking good. Sean Newcomb for Tony Gonsolin. And then I actually lied. I have one more trade for AJ Minter. Let's find another lefty. All right, we're going to go for James Pazos. That is our bullpen help. I'm going to take a quick look at the offensive lineup, see how it looks like, see if we need to make any changes. But for now, I'm really liking what I'm seeing. We're going to go for Omar Narvaez. We do have Shea Langeliers who can come up, but his hitting stats just aren't there yet. I've looked at other options we could get. Omar Narvaez is the best option to get. So there we go. Alex Jackson and Jeffrey Ramos are being traded for this. Alright, so let me just show you where we rank, because like throughout this entire thing, we've been ranking, you know, top 10, top 5, and we're third. Like contacts up there, pitching's up there, and a lot of other stats, they're up there. Like we're one of the best teams in baseball, and we're just underperforming. Like that's just one of the big things with this team is we are massively underperforming. But here we go. This is the team. We've got Soroka, Manaea, John Gray, Max Fried, and Zach Davies. We got John Gray on a 4-year deal. 4 or 3? 4. You guys can see it. It's actually a pretty friendly contract. It's not terrible at all. Obviously, Gonsolin through the trade, Santana through the trade, and then Pazos through the trade. So half of our bullpen is new, but that's actually a really good bullpen. I like the looks of it. I feel confident in our pitching staff. Like that's a good thing. And then when we look at our offensive lineup, oh boy, did we get some good additions. Obviously Swanson came back, but we brought in Mazzara, we brought in Narvaez, and I feel like that's a good move. I brought in Mazzara because like if we were to continue this in the future, I definitely would let Puig get out. Like he hasn't been a contributor to this team at all. But I mean, look at this team. I mean, it is so good. And I feel like this is the team that we're finally going to make the postseason. We definitely should be pushing for a World Series. It is very, very good. So we have a crazy, crazy good 43 overall on the bench. We'll let it rock. I have more faith in the offensive lineup than I probably should, but this is the team to do it. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. All right, so we finally made the postseason. 92-70. There we go. We won the division. Whew. Finally have a chance when we made the postseason. Like that's insane. We actually did it. We actually did it. So Let's take a look at the standings, see where we rank. And okay, we won the division by 10 games. That's good to see. ERA is still pretty high at 4, but the average at 270 is really nice to see. So you guys can see, wow, the West. Okay, the West. All right, with the Dodgers and the Padres, that's gonna be whoever we end up playing, like, that's gonna be a tough matchup for sure. Woo. We do have some league leaders though. Freddie Freeman for most walks, and that was it. Cody Bellinger had the best average. Josh Bell had the best average. All right, come on, let's not joke around too much. We all know Josh Bell ain't gonna lead the league in average anytime soon. So Tommy Edman, he was actually a player I was looking to get instead of Rafael Devers. I was thinking maybe we get him. Maybe if Dansby Swanson doesn't pan out, we could go for Tommy Edman. But it looks like Tommy Edman was actually a pretty solid player to get. Maybe we should have gotten him. Maybe got rid of Dansby Swanson. I know some Braves fans are still high on him. I'm not 100% sold just yet. Maybe, you know, I know he's starting to improve, but we'll have to wait and see. I feel like his time is definitely running out with the Braves though. So, all right, we got some gold gloves. Omar Narvaez winning a gold glove. Come on. This is one of those rebuilds where there's just a lot of funky things going on and it just doesn't make sense. There's no way Omar Narvaez is winning a gold glove. Come on. Let's stop making weird funny jokes. This is why this rebuild wasn't good. This is why we didn't make the postseason 2 years in a row, was because we had players like Omar Narvaez winning egregious awards that they're never going to win. So let's take a look at some of our stats. Tony Gonsolin, I mean, wasn't as good as I would have hoped, but it got the job done. Edgar Santana, again, not as good as I would have hoped, but you know what, we made it to the postseason, so obviously things went good enough, right? Emmanuel Clase was solid. Shane Green was solid. Pagan, yikes. Oh man, even Will Smith did poorly. What? So the two guys I had the most faith in were the ones I had to worry about. Soroka was just not as good as I would have hoped. Sean Manaea was good. John Gray was good. Max Fried, not so much. And I mean, just realistically, the pitching as a whole was just terrible. Charlie Culberson was pretty solid. And then that was really about it. Just Charlie Culberson on the bench. Acuna still put up fantastic numbers. They've been trending down, so maybe start to move them out of the leadoff spot. I feel like that might be something that needs to be done. David Dahl still put up really good numbers. Freddie Freeman, the same thing. I mean, like, that 1-2-3 was actually a really good combination. And then you add Devers in the 4 spot. I mean, that 1 through 4 is outstanding. Dansby Swanson in the 5, probably not the best spot. I thought I had him in the 6 or the 7, but it's just, like I said, his time probably is going to be running out with the Braves anyways. It kind of made sense. Nomar Mazara, good little addition to the squad there. You guys can see, I think I gave him like a 4 or 5 year deal. I think that's 5 years there. Pretty cheap if you look at it. So like, that was actually not a bad pickup for us. You know, Nomar Mazara, and then we have Omar Narvaez. Oh, too much. That's a mouthful. But look at that. 323 average, 977 OPS. We've got Puig, who had like his best season since we started this, which is ridiculous. And then we've got Ozzy Albies, who, again, just another player who just doesn't do well in franchise. I feel like in real life does a little bit better, but just in franchise just doesn't really cut it. So here we go. It all comes down to this. Who are we going to face? We're going to face the Cardinals. All right, game 1, we win. Game 2, we win. Okay, I like that. Game 3, boom, sweep them. We're taking on the Padres or the Dodgers. This one, oh, we're taking on the Padres. Really? Okay, let me get the pitching situation all set up, and we'll hop into this series. Alrighty, Braves, Padres, day 1. Here we go. Yes, that's a good win. So was that one. Oh, wow, we're going to sweep them? We do, and we're taking on the Yankees or the Angels in the World Series. Who is it going to be? The Angels. Again, let's actually want to check out that Padres lineup because clearly they're insane. So let's take a look. Padres. There we go. Let's go take a look at this lineup. Fam Grisham. Grisham's a player I need to start picking up more because I've been noticing he is just absolutely insane. Yeah, those are insane numbers. 309 average, 26 home runs. Definitely on my list. Josh Bell, Tatis, Machado, Zachary Feliz, Verdugo, Hosmer, and Mejia. That's actually not a bad team. I'll take a look at their pitching because I'm also intrigued by that. Okay, yeah, it's just like all their young guys just really developed quickly. And I mean, that's really what happened. All their young pitchers just really developed quickly and it worked out for them. Okay, I can see why they won as many games as they did. Let's go take on the Angels now. And might as well take a look at their team while we're here. Pitching-wise, Ohtani, Canning, Heaney. Okay, I mean, it's an okay pitching staff. I'm assuming their lineup's a lot better. Like, that's definitely got to be the area that's carrying them for sure. So, Brantley, Fletcher, Trout, Rendon, Upton, Mancini. Oh, yeah. That is a very good team. Oh, wow. Okay. This is going to be a good matchup for sure. Let's get into it. Let me make sure our pitching staff is all set. Game 1 World Series. We take our first loss of the postseason. Back-to-back losses, actually. Oh, no. All right, we win that. We're tied with the series 2-2. We're back on top 3-2. Can we win it? Game 7. World Series time. Let's get into it. Let's see what we can do. We gotta win this. We're at home at Truist Park. We're gonna have Max Fried on the mound. He's struggling. What about Zach Davies? Oh man, Max Fried is struggling. We're gonna go Zach Davies and hopefully it works out for us. So we've already looked at their lineup. We know what it looks like. Trout goes deep, 2-0. That is not the way you want to start the day off. Not at all. And we didn't even get one run back. So that hurts. Austin Barnes brings in another, then 2 more. I think this might be it for Fried. If he can give us 3-4 innings where he doesn't allow any, like if he can give us 2 more innings where he doesn't allow a run, we should be fine. Puig actually comes in the clutch, brings us within 3, and then Ozzie brings us within 2, and that's fine. So let's see if we can get a couple more innings out of Davies. It's not gonna work. Let's go. I mean, it's such a righty stack, the lineup. Let's go Soroka, and hopefully he can give us a couple more innings. It's such a righty stacked lineup. That's why I didn't want to go with Fried. You know, I felt like that was just going to be something that was going to hurt us. And going with the lower rated pitcher actually hurt us even more. So we're still down 4. You know, there's starters out of the game as well. But like our offense just isn't clicking. And it's not helping us. We're down 5 runs in the Game 7 of the World Series. Like our offense isn't there. We need to change it. We're going to go Gonsolin. Hopefully he limits the runs. It's not meant to be. It's just not meant to be. We have no offense, and their offense, they're reading everything. They're seeing everything out of the hand so well. That was Acuna's first hit of the day. Dahl's 0-for, Freeman's 0-for, Swanson, Mazzara. It's just not meant to be for us. Oh, okay. Can we limit the damage here? Okay. 2 innings left. We gotta put up like 4 runs here. We gotta get within just touching distance. That's not a good start. I think that's it. That was our last hope. That was our last chance, and we couldn't do it. It all comes down to this. They're gonna bring in Cambridge Rojan and almost a 1-2-3 situation. We lose there. Dude, I don't even think it would have mattered who we put in because they hit everybody. They didn't score in 2 of the 9 innings. That's insane. We got absolutely manhandled. We'll take a look at our award that we won. The playoff MVP was Omar Narvaez, and unfortunately, that's gonna be it for the video. Oh man, it sucks. We didn't win a World Series. We only made the postseason once, and we just couldn't get anything going in that last game. Game 7 was bad. So I hope you did enjoy it. Thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy MLB content, and of course get in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on this Puig signing. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna leave you with 2 videos. Go check them out if you haven't yet. That's it. I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.